Hello, hello. My hair is currently wet, so I don't have my headphones on. So hopefully the audio and everything sounds good. Hopefully the sounds are, good. Uh, let's get into it. Um, I'm at the point of highlighting Lilith. Last night before I got off, I glazed in some highlights. Eyeball. I was able to glaze in some highlights onto her leather suit. Same as yesterday, good, because sometimes, Streamlabs, sometimes they just decide, hey, your sounds are not, they're not going to work like they're supposed to. Yeah, actually, Streamlabs gave me a problem earlier, which is just we're now 2 for 3 on Streamlabs giving me problems before I try to stream. This time I went to go live and it said failed to go live because we failed to update settings to stream to YouTube. And I'm like, it's the same settings you used 2 days in a row already. Why are you giving me this issue? Yeah, I'm got the first highlight onto her leather suit. Um, do I want to try? I don't want to try glazing the gloves. I'll just use a bit thicker paint. So we're gonna go, not dark, Thunderhawk Blue. We're gonna go Dark Reaper. Just so I can finish off the leather for the first highlight. I don't know how high I want to go for the highlights because it's a lot of round edges. There's no sharp edges. So I don't want to go too bright. You can't hear the music? It might have just ended a song as you type that. Because it's in the middle of a song now, or it kind of just started a song. If it's still not playing on your end, let me know. I'll try to listen. I did buy a light box so I can try to take some professional photos of my models once I get them done. Music is playing? Okay. It must have been at the end of a song when she typed that. Okay, yeah, I have it quieter than me talking because I don't want it to overpower me talking. It's just kind of just there for background noise, kind of. I could enable what's called audio ducking, but then it'll be really sporadic because the microphone is always moving. I can make it go higher. It wouldn't take me much. Let's see, what am I at right now? 0.65. Let's go 0.7. Just a little bump louder. Let's see how that goes. It's actually at the end of a song now. Dadgum. No, it's not. I saw the dudes like and subscribe on this video. I thought it was finished. Yeah, tiny, and I don't even feel like it's small enough for some of the details. Like, I don't know if I can I add source? I don't know. I'll have to see if I can. I don't even have her model pulled up. Dadgummit, what am I doing? Images. No, not images. Web store. Well, she's got a tattoo on the left side of her face underneath her eye. And there's just no way. First of all, it's a tiny freaking area to do a tattoo on. And two, she's got this, don't know if you can, it's kind of hard to see, but she's got this metal spike thing on her shoulder pad that's blocking about half her face on that same exact side. So it would just be impossible. So I'm not even going to bother. Fingers are so tiny. Well, they can read your chat as well. Yeah, I could say that, Shelly. It's weird calling you that. Honestly, I don't think her gloves need that much highlighting. Because they're so freaking small and they're kind of in a somewhat shaded area. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, they could close the chat, but if they do that, then that's on them, I guess. Come on. Got a little bit of that blue on her skin. So now I need to try to... Don't need that much paint. How did I get brass on there? I'm not even using brass. There we go. Alright, I want to say that the black leather first highlight's done. Now I can move into the second highlight, which is a slightly lighter blue, but still pretty dark. And I want to make two different puddles of it on my palette. One for glazing, which I will thin out like crazy, and then one a bit thicker for like edge highlighting. This would be like for any like really hard like, lines. I want to do on the glove here a little bit. Fingers. Knuckles. I want to go too bright on this, but if I do, I can always come back with a thin black. And then just glaze black over the whole thing, and it'll darken it down and blend the colors in a little bit better. I'm holding my breath while doing this. Luckily, highlighting, it can feel tedious, but really, because it's such small areas that you're actually working on, and you're also being very selective with where you're putting them, it tends to go by pretty quick. Alright, let me get some medium out so I can thin down my second puddle out of the Thunderhawk blue, because I want to make a glaze. Let's put up a little more. I want it to be fairly thin, because basically like that. That way it's still pretty transparent, so that way the color underneath still kind of shows through a little bit. but I can build up the layers. Let me my brush out a little bit more. Pick up some of my brush. And then what I want to do is where there's shadow, I kind of want to start, but then work my way up to where the light is going to be the strongest. But because I already did that with the previous color, I'm going to work within that color. When I'm done, it should look like the color transitioning from black to the dark color that I highlighted with, and then to this lighter color that I highlighted with. It's going to take a few layers of this before it really starts to show through. I'm going to do it the same here on the back of her leg. And the reason why you start where you want the least amount of paint and where you want the most amount of paint is because whenever you lift your paintbrush off, it leaves a little puddle of paint. As for where you start, it leaves the least amount of paint. You just don't want to have too much on your brush, or else it'll just leave it, or else it'll just puddle the whole time, and then you actually got a problem on your hands. I've got the back of her, at the back of that claw thingy on her shoulder, or on her, not her shoulder, it's her elbow. We're really only working with just a tiny amount of paint. Really not wanting a lot. And because it's so thin, it dries really fast too. So by the time all that's done, I'm back over here, putting a little bit more in this area. With this on the glove, I feel like it needs a little bit more. I don't want a lot. And then it's literally just do this, wash, rinse, repeat until you're satisfied with where the highlights are. Kitty is not in here. I haven't seen her. Sorry about that. Actually, I do wonder if Kitty is in here. She might be underneath my bed. a little bit of highlighting on that. I really don't want to do too much because it's shadowed. Or it's in the shadow, I should say. Wow, that really does show up a lot on camera. It has to be something to do with the lighting. I don't know. Alright, just give me one moment. Let me see if I can help find this cat. Mute. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, the kitty was underneath her bed. And just, I guess, didn't want to be bothered. Alright. Paul, you working on anything? Or you just chilling? Same with Shelly. Are y'all? Today is WIP Wednesday, which is work in progress. Just tell if y'all are working on anything, let me know. And crocheting? About to crocheting? Okay. Did you see that ice skater who did the backflip and landed on one foot? Is she back? Alright, I can hear a vacuum going, but luckily the microphone's not picking it up. And you're on Minecraft? Okay, cool. I'm probably gonna make Minecraft my weekend thing, but stick to my weekdays, just trying to get some of these models going. No, it's been on the it's been on the internet for a little while now. I think he was an American. He was doing the team event, but he was one of the skaters for America. Blonde-haired kid. Kind of looks like Heath Ledger, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Yeah, find the video of him. It's going everywhere on the internet right now. He apparently it was a move that was banned, and now they made it legal again, and he was actually able to pull it off. It was crazy. I'm trying to do that same thing with Minecraft and try to get some older projects done. Yeah. They can pile on quick. Okay, that's not a vacuum cleaner I'm hearing. That's an air pump. What the heck is Nicole? I mean, to be fair, it is a really dangerous stunt, but if you're, you know, welcome to competing it with the best of the best, it's not, none of them are really safe safe sports to be in, but that's, you know, but now with the highlighting, just now focusing the glaze the very peak of where I want it. That way it transitions from black to the dark blue to the slightly lighter blue. But I honestly think I might need to do a little bit more in other areas. But for the most part, the highlighting on the leather work is done. Actually, one of her mini belts are not. Yeah. Why not to make a... I will not be streaming tomorrow because I have my church group. We're having a special Valentine's party. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll try to do Friday. It does depend on I have some things I need to get done. I'll try to do Friday though. I'll call you tomorrow because I'm gonna have some time to kill between getting off work and the party. Also, we need to get you a YouTube username. That way it's not your real name showing up. Need to have an alias, you know? Okay, yeah, I'll chat with you tomorrow. I'm so nervous that I don't want to get this on the skin by accident. Good night. Oh man, this is really tedious work, and I'm scared I'm gonna make a mistake at any freaking moment. I will say I'm glad that none of my armies are this. Well, I guess Necrons can be this small, but Necrons are very easy to highlight. These tiny human models, and they're like, hey, you need to do 3 highlights and do this and do that, and it's like, how about no? I think I have one more strap on her body that I need to... No, her belt on the back of her model. And they really had to make this model the... I wouldn't say kinkiest, but like all the whole like leather skin suit that's got the holes everywhere. I still feel like I need to fix her eye, her left eye specifically, but no, that's fine. I'm not gonna bother. I don't want to mess it up again. On the black leather none. Now we move on to the black armor. God, it's been 40 minutes on highlighting the leather with 2 colors. We're gonna do the armor is gonna go by faster because it's still gonna be a true edge highlight. I'm gonna start with Eshin Gray as just a chunky edge highlight. Honestly, up to the armor studs on her shoulder pad. I need to zoom in a little bit more. I feel like I need to zoom in a little bit more. It's gonna mess up my... I already know it's gonna mess this up, so just bear with me. Yup. Dang it, why is it... You know, I'm just gonna leave this up every freaking time, because it always kicks it every freaking time, and it's driving me nuts. Alright. Somewhere around there. Such a pain. Trying to see the daggone model is the most... A giant shadow blocking me because we're sword arm. I'm trying not to block the camera with my head. And it just a little bit more. I don't know. Kind of just spitballing. See how things go. Every single one of these little spikes. There's so many like little segments and little tiny little spots here and there, and oh my god. Think? No, I'm not doing that yet. Now it's just the leg armor. To keep this in shot and where I can see it and paint decently. It's like, I know practice makes perfect, but this is actually like a hard skill to try to learn. Also, I've noticed, Paul, whenever I do the live stream, you can't view it right away. And even into the morning around 10 o'clock, it's actually still putting the live stream on YouTube, like after the fact. I noticed that yesterday with Monday's stream, and then I noticed that this morning with yesterday's stream. Also, the VODs do get a little bit of viewership, but not nearly as much as when you're live. I know if you're doing like maybe video gaming, it might be different. Yeah, I don't know why it takes so long, especially when both streams have been less than 2 hours long. This will be the first one. No, even this one won't even make it to 2 hours. It'll be closed, but it won't make it 2 hours because I'm getting off at 10 again. All right, one leg done. Now to do the other leg. And honestly, I don't even know how much this highlight. It's showing up. Okay. Alright, my hair's finally dry enough where I can put my headphones on, so now I can actually enjoy the music too. Actually, I just noticed that hurt. That's fine, actually. Starting to come together. Just wait till I get the Dawnstone highlight going on it, then it'll armor's really gonna pop. Basically, it'll be highlighted in the just about every same area as this current highlight. It's just smaller. It's a good thing I'm almost done with the Eshin Gray, because I'm actually running out of it on my palette, and I really don't want to get more. There we go. Dawnstone next. What is this music? I don't like this one. I don't know what this song is. It doesn't say what the song is. Yeah, it was like, I don't know what it was. It even in like the title, I think it was like literally just the sound pack that he used, or maybe it was his own sound pack that he just made a song with. He didn't even give the song a title, and I'm wondering if the reason why is because he didn't even know what to call it. See, honestly though, that was the first song that I've come across from White Bat that I didn't like. So that's saying something. Some of his stuff is like, it's not too much. Just, it sounds alright, but it's not really much for me. That was a straight up, okay, I don't like this. What I like about his music, though, is, ironically, you can look through his audio library. Like, if you're thinking about Warhammer, for instance, like, when I was filming my Night Lord tutorial, I was like, okay, I want some music for my Night Lord tutorial. What songs do I want? And basically, as I was going through his library, I just saw some that were like, that sounds Night Lordy. Click on it, listen to it. I'm like, oh yeah, that would fit in the tutorial. It would match the Night Lord vibe. So for some reason, his songs ironically just fit really well with Warhammer. Oh my goodness. Her hair is literally getting in the way of the camera shot. My bad. Not that you can see too much anyways from the lack of focus on the camera, but... I just noticed he's got freaking armor under the shoulder pad. So I'm back to the Ashen Gray for just a brief moment. Why is my Dawnstone so thin? Oh, is it just the paint? It's just thin in general? Okay. That's what it looks like to me, because I literally just put more on my palette, and it's still, like, still pretty thin. That's alright. I'll make do. Wait, why'd the music stop? It's a playlist. Okay. Like this song's called Underworld. Think of Necromunda when you listen to this. Like, seriously, it stopped. Like, LOL, yeah, it stopped. I'm like, why did the I'm in a playlist. I literally got in the same playlist that I was in for the past 3 days, hit shuffle, and then hit the next button. That way it starts in the shuffle. And all of a sudden it was like, no, we're done. All right. Adjust the camera a little bit, not that it matters all that much. You have mending? Nice, let's go. Dude, that is such an annoying enchantment to get. Honestly, if you wanted to get diamonds really, really fast, set up a shop and sell mending books like right now in the server. Because everyone's gonna want them. They're not cheap. You not get a good roll with your pricing on the villager, but because it finally popped mending, you were like, screw it. How many emeralds is it? Got me scared now. Bunny's gonna have a bookshop? Okay. Let's see, everyone seems to do the enchanted books but us, and they seem to be the ones ranking in the diamonds. Okay. I am almost done with the gray highlight. Oh, speaking of gaming, I need to get on Warframe. The last part of Daggett rewards or missions, alert missions, finally spawned today, I think. So I think I have like a week or week and a half to try to do the mission. And the missions are easy. They're like level 10, level 15. And I think I got that in the wrong spot. There's Black Legion. Really hard to tell because, well, this is one of my older primed models. This isn't an airbrush prime model, so some of the details are gunked up. Just a tad. It makes it a bit hard to tell where some of the where an edge ends, and then it's also, you know, microscopic. What the heck? All right. Another plot alignment medium. Where's my... Actually, Blum and Medium might be fine. Definitely gonna have to do a glaze when this is all done. Then honestly, I think I'm just gonna do a dot highlight of Administratum Gray. And just do like little sharpest points. I kind of want to whip through these real quick just so I can say the armor is done. Doesn't need a lot, to be honest. Shit, actually. You guys see a spot where I didn't put any Dawn Stone. Yep, definitely didn't put Dawn Stone there. That's fine. Very tiny detail, probably not even noticeable, but I like to do it. Just a little dot highlight on the very, very tippy points of sharp objects to help sell the effect that it is indeed sharp. And there we go. 28 emeralds and a book. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a little... It's a little up there. I have emeralds. I have a decent amount of emeralds, actually. I'm trying to remember. I have several blocks. I don't know exactly how many. I have 20 minutes before I call this a night. Is there anything else I want to add? Oh, let's talk about glazing the model with some Black Legion and Lava Medium. So I'm going to do... grab a decent amount of Lava Medium. You used to have emeralds. Yeah, I know how that feels. What you do is you get yourself a farmer or 2 farmer villagers. Roll them until you get freaking potatoes. And then you stack that up until you get to the point where you're selling them also pumpkins and watermelons. That way you're hitting the trifecta of lots of potatoes, lots of pumpkins, and then lots of watermelons. All right. Might need to put a little bit more medium on that. Yeah, that should work. This will correct any, like if I accidentally put any highlight into a shadow, this will fix that. Just for Unity's sake, let's just get all the leather coated. Alright, yeah, I like that. It definitely helped darken it down again, but still retained the highlight effect. Like the glazing and stuff like that I did. And I'm trying to do the gloves, which isn't going to have the same effect, but oh well. There was just no way I was going to glaze these gloves. Now I want to be kind of selective with the armor plating, but be not that much on my brush for starters. Oh yeah, that helped a lot with the armor. I will say this is also helping nights go by faster. It's like I feel like I just started painting and then I'm like, oh shoot, it's 10 o'clock already? Alright. Oh, well, I have the grades out, though. And I'll just glaze over this here in a second once I get the... Alright, there we go. The black stripe in our hair is highlighted. Excuse me. Bring back out Iron Breaker. We're just gonna hit stuff with it real quick. Dropping stuff. I'm just gonna use a tiny amount of Stormhost Silver because I don't want to get it too much on stuff. And it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna just get these blades done. Oop, my bad. Want to make the gemstone super bright. Oh, man. For the gemstone on the guy on the ground. Shaking up so it's nice and done. I'm going to use this Talisar blue. Looks like a nice, oh yeah, nice rich blue contrast paint. And just carefully layer it over the Stormhost Silver, and boom. And what that's going to do is allow the metallic to show up from underneath and give it a nice shiny appearance. And that's it for the Talisar blue. All right. Honestly, all is left is the red. All is left is her hair. If I wanted to highlight the body on the ground, I could, technically. But I'm liking where it's at. So that won't be streaming it tomorrow, unfortunately, but that could be what we wrap up Friday with. Just don't know how long that stream will go for, but basically just stream it on Friday until the hair is done. And then she will hair the tassel thing there and the tassel thing right here on her belt, holding her hook thing. There's not enough brass to even bother highlighting the brass. There's just not. They're all tiny little bits. But yeah, let's see. Actually, I'm gonna. Do I still have it up? Yeah. Okay. Try to bring her up. Oh goodness. Bring that down just a little bit, and then bring the focus in. There's like one spot where it's like perfect. I can't. Oh, you're right. The hooks in her hair. I'll save that for the Friday stream as well, because there's just no way. Dang, why is it so hard to get? It's just this shitty camera. There's no fully focusing it, but maybe if I also, oh, then I can't. Thank you. Yeah, she is almost finished. Sorry. But yeah, she's so close to being finished. Like I said, I just got to do her hair, and I will either do that Friday or Saturday. I honestly don't know Don't know when I'm gonna do that. Oh man. But yeah, with it being it's 10 after 10 almost, I'm gonna call it there for the night. Made awesome progress on her. She's so close to being done. And then after I get finished with her, then I get to spin the wheel again and let fate decide what my next model's gonna be. But until then, I will see you all later. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you when I see ya.